All right, looks like we're good to go. Come over here so you can be on screen as well. Welcome everyone. Thanks for coming here today. We're from the Belted Out is our project name, and we're doing the Asteroid Prospector Challenge. So just to go over who we are, my name is Kyle Cowan. I was responsible for research and design of the project, and with me is
Teresa Singh.
And what did you do?
I was welcomed onto the team. I was welcomed on the team Friday night. I was here looking for an opportunity, and Kyle collaborated, and I did the play testing and balancing of the game and helped play with it and rebalance the numbers.
All right, so what we accomplished over this weekend is the game actually started out as a single-player, browser-based game concept. When I came into the challenge on Friday, I had some set ideas in my mind. I was going to do, something that could be put into a kiosk. Anyone could just pick up and play it, tap through, learn about asteroids and mining the asteroids and the different materials and that. And then I met Teresa. In the spirit of collaboration, I didn't want to leave anyone out. I wanted to make it so if anybody wanted to join me, I could fit them into the project. Unfortunately, her skill set and my skill set kind of overlapped, and there was not really much space for the two of us to work on the same thing. So I decided to do a 180 on my design. I took a lot of the initial concepts that I had developed, and I'm being pushed towards the mic. Okay. In the spirit of that, I took it all and I made something that was more of a board game style. Well, that was kind of great, but how do you get a board game into everybody's hands? So then we switched over to a card game that you could easily print. So to make it more open and so that anybody could grab it off of the internet and do whatever they want with it, we switched over to a card game, and we altered it a little bit so it would be really low cost for distribution. It only cost a couple of dollars per person to play, which we thought was fairly reasonable. Okay, so all you really need is 3 pages printed off the internet and a 6-sided die or a 20-sided die, and you were set to play. Okay, so this is some of the images from the original game, so you can see what it actually looked like when I had done the initial concept. And then this is what it turned out to be, a card and dice game with various pieces. You can see it on table 9 over there if you want. And it's just 3 printed pages from the internet, hosted on GitHub so anybody can access it, take it, print it, and play it. And it met some of the goals that I had set out for this challenge. Wanted to create something that was easy to play and helps teach school-age children about asteroids.
The nice thing about this game is that, the primary focus is for the mining and transportation. So there's the aspect that of distance travel, so you would go to multiple asteroids, and then you would also collect different types of resources.
Okay. So some of the other goals were low-cost distribution and an open concept for expansion. So really the goal was get it out to as many people as possible, get it in anybody's hands, and make it open for them to take it and really make it their own game. They don't have to play by my rules. They can make up their own rules. They can change it. So if they think that I made it too easy, they can make it harder. If they think I made it too hard, they can make it easier. Okay? And so some of the things that we are going to do with this project from today is we're going to actually take this and introduce it into grade 5, 6 classrooms as part of their space curriculum. My sister and her husband are both teachers, so I've worked with them to help design this concept. We have different sets of predefined cards, so right now on the web is playset 1. We have a couple other playsets that have different mixes of asteroids. We have different scenarios and different expansions coming. So that's what we're going to do. But what I want from you guys, I want you to go to GitHub, fork our repository, grab a copy of it for yourself. Print a copy of the game, provide us with your feedback. Send us a pull request to add it back into our game, and then learn more about asteroid prospecting. And that's everything. So thank you guys very much, and hope you guys had fun.
Oculus Rift just needs a few more minutes to prep. So we're going to have Earthy come to our on deck, please, while we have the question period, please. So Earthy, you're on deck at the right side of the stage.
Hi there, just wanted to check with you on GitHub. Is there any of the additional content available of the background information here? Or do you have to print everything out to access the content about the asteroids and so on?
So the rule set and the asteroid sheets are available. So it's a PDF that you can print off. It's separated into two different pieces. The rules are one set that you can print separately, so you don't have to print that for everybody else. And then it's actually the game pieces. Whatever is there for a single player, you print it off for the number of players that you have.
Okay, so the instruction PDF is included.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Thank you. Just saw it.
Oh. I have a question for your board game version. So are you still interested in going that path?
You mean
Later?
towards the browser one
No,
or the board game?
The board game.
Potentially. I mean, taking some of the base concepts and putting it onto a board, it's still doable. It's not that hard to manipulate it over. But for this weekend, we tried to make it as open as possible.
Just curious for your next steps.
You talked about introducing this into the grade 5. Why grade 5, first of all? And number 2 is, what's the plan around distributing into a larger, bigger set of audience, if you will?
So the reason that we picked 5, 6 was being at the Ontario Science Centre, it's more towards around an 8-year-old kind of thing. So we tried to pick around that age group. In talking with other teachers, there were a couple of teachers that were at the youth challenge yesterday that we talked to them and they said, this is part of our grade 5, 6 curriculum. You know, can I use this in my classroom? And we said, yes. And so that's why we picked that specific age range. But it can really be used by any type of age range. Little kids, because there is a bit of reading to it, would have to be guided, but that age range is where we set the difficulty.
Thanks.
Oh, hi, I just wanted to quickly rephrase my question. I see the instructional materials here. I guess what I was asking, is there any information for teachers, because I love the idea that you've got it curriculum-based. For teachers, let's say in the elementary panel who don't have that science background, do you have any documentation or do you plan to include documentation on the actual science content?
So as of 2 o'clock, we do not have that on GitHub yet, but it's in my documents folder ready to go up. We do have a section that we're going to put up there, which is teachables, and then we're going to have instructions and adding it in curriculum and doing a quiz afterwards to see what the kids get out of the game.
Awesome. That's all I wanted clarification on. That's great.
So my question, is it done? That's it? Done? Never mind?